Hello, so today's movement sequence is about the hip joints. Without further ado, a lesson in somatic education about the hip joints. And we'll start in sitting. And please get hold of your right foot. And so you're holding your right foot somewhere, it doesn't matter. And your left leg should be bent, the knee should be bent. So this in itself is quite nice because you're holding your toes. Can you hold your toes? Can you reach your toes? Find a way. Or if you can't hold your toes, hold your ankle. You might want to do it in a chair. It's possible in a chair. It's possible on your sofa, in your bed, on a couch. Just somehow get hold of your foot or your sock or your trousers if you have long trousers. There's so much freedom when I am teaching. And you see, it's not so much about the movement sequence. Of course we need the movement sequence, but it's about how you relate to yourself, how you acknowledge yourself. The movement, sorry. So the movement is to lift your right foot a little bit and bring it back. And one of the reasons I talk so much is, so you have my voice in the background. Maybe that's not a convincing argument, but just to remind you that it's not about performance, sports of performance. It's not about trying to achieve a goal. It's about being in the present. Maybe it's not about, it is about and it is not about. Let's see what you discover in this lesson. What kind of, so if you want to be more technical, like don't lift it too high. Like okay, maybe some people can like really lengthen their leg. It's not about reaching an end position, just a little bit of lifting with your left foot bent and lean against your other hand. If you're in a chair, try to lean against your arm in a chair or on your sofa. Don't lean back. So see, you can use your arm so that your arm can have different hand positions. And we could stop here, but I got 20 more movements for you. But you could stop here and just practice this for a couple of days if you think that needs more time. So you can practice with different hand positions. Probably you found out already, you could hold your heel, you can hold your toes, you can hold from the outside, from the inside, your ankle. Can you put the arm on the outside of the knee or the inside of the knee? So we start with the arm on the inside of the knee. The knee is on the outside, the arm is on the inside. And then, okay, so we have 2 legs, hopefully. And then take hold of your left foot. And this time, lean against your right hand and start to lift your left foot a little bit and bring it back and start to lift it. And there's different positions to bring down your foot, of course. So you discover, oh my God, there's so much freedom in this movement. Even though we have a restriction, so it's your hand constrained, your hand holding your foot. You lift a little bit and you bring it back down again. Lift a little bit. Should the other leg be bent or straight? It should be bent. I know this because I know the movement sequence, and we will have to have a bent leg later. So we start with both legs bent. And then, like I already hinted with the right leg, you could put your elbow to the outside or to the inside. So let's explore this movement next. How do you bring your elbow onto the other side of the knee? Or vice versa, how do you bring your knee onto the other side of the elbow? So of course, when you extend your leg, that's a good time to bring over your elbow. Because when the leg is bent, you can still do it, but it will be so much better when the foot is up in the air, right and left. And of course you will find out that the hand position will make the movement easier or more difficult. And then also switch over again. You can take rest whenever you want. Switch over again, lean against the left hand again, and we try the same movement with the right leg, which means to bend the knee, the right knee, to extend the right knee and bring the elbow over the knee, or the other way around, the knee under the elbow, right and left. And you see, I'm talking and we're doing this movement, and you're extending and lifting you're going to do that hundreds of times in this half hour or 40 minutes, however long this lesson will take, hundreds of times. So if this would be a fitness class, difficult to make it through, but because we take rests, we observe, we acknowledge, we feel, we sense, we think, we try again. It's not difficult to do it hundreds of times. It's playing, it's not work. It's art. When you art, you don't ask, can I draw one picture less? Can I play one note less? If you really enjoy what you're doing, you do a little bit more. You just enjoy yourself doing this movement. Okay, then without further breaks, let's get into a different position. Lying on the back. So please come to lie on your back. Take a break on your back. Or if you're in a sofa, just rest against your backrest. Take a break as good as you can. Okay, and go onto the back. And then on the back we do the same thing. Stand both feet so that both knees are bent. Get hold of your right foot. And then start to extend your leg and bend your leg. And you will see on your back that there's different mechanics, there's different things to experience. It's easier to let go. Because you can't fall anymore. You don't have to hold yourself upright. And you can feel, when you extend your leg, you can feel your lower back or the middle of your back pressing stronger against the floor. The middle of your back is rounding, tries to round. Welcome your back to round when you extend your leg. And you can also, of course, bring your elbow over your knee to the inside and to the outside. And then you have one arm free. You can use this arm for your head to help lift your head. So you can round your back a little bit more, so when you extend your leg, you can lift your head and back down again. And of course, the leg can be more to the inside or more to the outside. Even though we have this constraint, as I said before, there's so many degrees of freedom. So switch over, rest your right arm, or bring your right hand behind your head. There's only one head, but two hands. And with your left hand, get hold of your left foot and start to extend your left knee. So you lift your left foot. So you can extend it a couple of times, or bring your elbow over your knee or your knee under your elbow. You can lift your head or not lift your head. You can find out, investigate when is the best, make a scientific study, when is the best moment to lift your head, what is the best curve, what is the best side bending and twist to lift your head to help extend your leg and bend it again. And then, please come to sit again. Sit up. Or if you're in your sofa, sit forward. And then again, take hold of your right foot. And we come back to this movement. But this time, you still lean against your left hand. You hold with your right hand, your right foot. And this time, don't just put your foot down on the sofa, on the floor, or on a yoga mat, or on your beautiful carpet, but bring your whole leg down. So you rest the whole inside of your leg, of your right leg, or you lift, flip your knee to the other side, and try to bring down the outside of your leg. So, see, for me, this doesn't go down all the way. Doesn't matter much, just the movement, so the leg is on the outside, and then you lift it, you flip it over, and then it's on the inside. And where can you put it? I could start cleaning the floor. You could do like two things at the same time. Clean the floor and work your hip joints. Then bring it over to the outside. To the inside. And of course, we do this also with the other leg. Not as a kind of work. Oh, yes, it is work. To be symmetric, because we have two legs, two arms, we have to do it on both sides. Our brain has to experience it on both sides. We have to do it on both sides. But it shouldn't be... it can be joyful to do it again on this side, to experience this. Aha, is this side different? Do you side bend differently? Can you support yourself with your right hand? Does it even make sense anymore to lean against your right hand? How much can you lean against your right hand? When you bring over your foot, put it down on the floor. Bring over your foot, and then put the outside. So when I lean strongly to the right, I can put my left knee on the floor. So interesting. I need to check this with my other leg. When I lean here, I can put my leg to the inside and I can put it to the outside. Suddenly it works. Interesting. And suddenly it works wherever I put my hand. Now my right knee is going to the floor. What do I do differently? So many discoveries. Okay, so then, if you're not exhausted yet, if you're not sweating yet, please come onto your back, continue on the back. This time, get hold of both feet, or if you're in a sofa, you lean back, you get hold of both feet, and yeah, this is a baby work, baby time. You hold your both feet with the big toes, and the feet, the toes, they can wiggle and they can play clapping. Never too old for this. Okay, and then you extend. So see, it's a little bit more difficult when you have to hold both hands. So it is a progression. It's not just a sequence of one movement and the next movement, but of course all the movements relate to each other because it's one movement that is sliced up like sliced bread into many movements, but this lesson also has a progression. So getting the constraints are getting stronger. So you have to hold both feet with both hands or both ankles, or you can both just anywhere where it's possible. So if it's really hard for you to reach, you just do approximations. If it's easy, you just enjoy it, just be happy with what you can do, and then of course lift one, extend one leg and extend the other leg, and bring one leg to the inside and to the outside, and then the other one to the inside and the outside. Inside and the outside, yes. And with the head, what are you doing with the head? So I'm doing this the third time in a week. It starts to be fun. The first time I've been doing this lesson, this week, it was a nightmare. I hurt the middle of my back. I had a cramping there. I had to go to 2 massages to get the cramping away and do a lot of exercises myself. But now I do it so you can hurt it. Even I hurt myself because I get too excited. I want to do the lesson. But now I'm doing it the third time and it's starting to be fun. I enjoy it a lot more. Okay, what is the next movement? The next movement is in sitting. So please come to sit. And in sitting, hold both feet. And then in sitting, of course, it's the same thing. Oh, I want to bring over one leg, extend, bring the leg over, and then the other one. And then you could try to do both at the same time. So, if you're young, whatever that means, if you're young and flexible and active, you might, and your back is fine, you might roll backwards while you extend your legs and roll forwards while you flex them again. So in order to do this movement with both legs at the same time, you could roll backwards and then roll forwards again. I have no idea how this could work, but if you're young, whatever that means, whatever age, if you're young enough, you can roll backwards and forwards. I'm more like a tree that is chopped. Earthquake, fall over. Not a good example. Okay, but this works both at the same time. Okay, is it time for a break, like really rest on the back? Should we, let's take a rest on the back, just like 2 minutes. I think we earned it. And we need it, so the nervous system, there got to be a nervous system, has time to process what you just did, what I just did, what thousands of people just did. Just to let the nervous system calm down a little bit. All right, and then it's time to continue. So please come to sit. Again, get hold of both feet with both hands, right foot, left foot. And we will come back to flipping the leg over and rest the right leg on its inside and the outside. But this time you hold both feet instead of leaning with one hand. So let's start with the right foot. Right foot up. Okay, that works. Extend the knee on the inside and then bring down your right leg on the inside on the floor. And back up, over, and rest it on the outside. And go back and forth with this movement. And then, of course, we're going to do the same thing with the left leg. So, bring your attention to your left hand and the left foot and start to lift your left foot. Bring the knee over and down onto the inside. And then back up, over. So you're actually, maybe this is a lesson for the back, actually. For the flexibility of the spine and not a hip joint lesson. Who knows? It could be a lesson for shifting your weight from one sit bone to the other sit bone. Could be a lesson for balance. Could be a lesson for patience. It could be a lesson for not hurting yourself. It could be a lesson for playing with your feet. So then let's do one leg and then the other leg. So the right leg inside and outside, and the left leg inside and outside. So this bears the question when to move which leg, how to coordinate this. So you roll from one sit bone to the other sit bone. And at the same time, you have to do this side bending. Or you can lift the legs at the same time from one side to the other side. It could be a lesson for breaking the knees and tearing all the tendons. Don't make it this kind of lesson. So be gentle with yourself. Stay well within what you can do. Stay well within your comfort zone. See, when we talk to another person, if we want to have a good conversation, we talk about things we both know. We both can contribute to. We both can share our experiences and be able to understand the experience of the other person, or be able to relate their experience to our own experience. And so we stay within a comfort zone in topics we can access, and by doing so, we will expand the range of what's possible. In this way, the conversation will become more and more interesting, because we can elaborate and go further and further. But if you remember when you were in school, maybe you had this experience, or sometimes with other people, when they talk about things you can't relate to and it's too tough and too difficult, then we just lose the conversation. And that's the same, I think, with learning and movement. When we move in this kind of way, we need to stay well within what's comfortable in having this conversation with ourselves through movement. How's that for a lecture about movement and conversation? Okay, so let's do one more variation, and then I think we run out of daylight and I run out of movement variations. So the last variation, please come to lie onto your back or lean back on your sofa. And get hold of both feet again. Then extend, how to explain this? So we want to pass over each elbow over both knees. So let's see, extend the right knee and bring the right knee to the inside, but the left knee is to the outside. So bring both knees to the outside, bring both knees to the left, so that your left arm is to the right of both knees. And then extend the legs and bring both knees to the right of your right elbow. And extend the knees and bring both knees to the left of the left elbow. And extend the knees and bring both knees to the right of the right elbow, of the right arm. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 movements if we break it up. Both together. Whoa, this is like skiing. This is a sport we can do in the mountains when there is snow, or in the desert when there is rich oil companies who build. Okay, so both knees to the inside and to the outside, and then there's, of course, I can change because this is soaked. This is strenuous. Okay, of course, we do the same thing in sitting. Let's see if this works in sitting. To bring both knees to the outside of the elbows, and then lift and bring them to the other side. So if you're young enough, you might want to roll. You can practice that. You go ahead, practice this. I take a rest. But you know the movement. Okay. Okay, let's take a last rest together. A last break, and feel yourself. Feel how you rest now when you rest on the back. Feel how it is. So you might feel that your lower back is closer to the floor because the whole chest freed up and you're much more flexible. I hope that's what you get out from this. And you have a nice feeling of being soft And then come to sit, and we try the first movement again, just to compare a reference movement. Lean on your left hand, lean on your left arm, take hold with your right hand of your right foot, and extend and lift your right leg, and see how it is now. See how much you can feel now. See how much flexibility, how much range of movement you got back, how much movement quality, how much smoothness, how much connection in your whole body. Like how, just experience how much more at home you feel with this movement, how agreeable it is, how, like it's your movement, it's you're there, you can enjoy yourself. It's beautiful. Okay, so this was our lesson from today. My name is Alfons. Is that correct? Alfons? Yeah? What is your name? Please, if you like this lesson, please leave a like on the video. If you love this lesson, you want to share your experience, please do so in the comments. People love to read the comments, love to read your experience as much as I enjoy reading what you got out from this, how it affected you in this hour, but also in your life, your path of life, how this lesson in this moment, what it did for you. And I can use that to improve myself, improve the way I make videos, and of course just enjoy reading from you. Okay, so we need to get up, of course. We need to check how it is in standing. Until I see you again, please take good care of yourself, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.